A sharp decline in China's rare earth magnet exports in September has rekindled global concerns that Beijing could use its dominance of these critical materials as a lever of pressure in its trade war with the United States, US. The move comes just months after the two countries signed an agreement to ease the flow of strategic minerals. According to Chinese customs data, exports of rare earth magnets, which are essential components for the U.S. defense industry and manufacturers of everything from automotive to smartphones, fell 6.1% in September compared to August, to 5,774 tons from 6,146 tons the previous month. This realization marked the highest level in the last 7 months. This decline occurred even before the Chinese government announced the expansion of its export licensing regime in early October, which analysts called a signal that Beijing was again tightening control over its supply of strategic minerals. The sharp fluctuations in rare earth magnet exports indicate that China is fully aware that it holds the key card in international trade negotiations, said Qim Li, senior analyst at the Economist Intelligence Unit (EIU), as reported by Reuters on Monday, October 20, 2025. Meanwhile, in the first 2 months of this year, China pressured global automotive manufacturers with export restrictions on various rare earth products and related magnets, as negotiations with the U.S. heated up over Washington's plan to impose new tariffs of hundreds of % on Chinese goods. 4 months later, the threat of new tariffs and export restrictions resurfaced, reinforcing concerns that Beijing would use the same old strategy of using strategic minerals as a negotiating tool. This move potentially violates the June agreement between China and the U.S. to relax trade in critical minerals, previously seen as an effort to de-escalate the trade war between the two countries. Although exports in September fell from in the previous month, annual export volumes were still up 17.5% compared to the same period last year. However, this monthly decline signals new obstacles for companies dependent on Chinese supplies. Local media reported that Chinese authorities are now tightening the export licensing process, with similar oversights as at the height of the trade war last April. This move has made it difficult for some foreign companies to secure export licenses. Last week, China's Ministry of Commerce accused the United States of deliberately creating global panic by misinterpreting Beijing's new export rules. The ministry asserted that it would continue to allow exports for civilian purposes. However, analysts warn that the restrictions could ensnare civilian commercial users, due to the domino effect of policies originally intended to limit U.S. defense companies' access to critical materials. China's ability to control rare earth exports is a very powerful tool, said Dan Wang, China director at Eurasia Group.